backyard, poolside podcast. Here we are on this beautiful Sunday, sunny Saturday. Sunday, Saturday, sunny Saturday. We still haven't cleaned the deck yet, but we are going to make it beautiful soon. And the birds are singing. And over there you might be able to hear the church bells. Actually, no, that's the wind chimes from the next door neighbor. Whoops. Strike that. I was going to tell you a story about church bells, but... So after making this on a whim, this channel, which I kind of alluded to it in other kind of little things that I did in the past. Anyway, I decided that backyards are really, really important. Like, they say so much about us because they're all unique. They're all original. There's no perfect one, although I've seen some beauties. There's some things that I want so bad. But I do have this, and I did create this from nothing because there was absolutely nothing back here when we moved in. And I had to figure it out, and I don't know how I figured it out. So there's a lot to learn about backyards and people and personalities. So I might have to do some interviews once I get set up for real. We're going with the flow right now because that's what matters. So for instance, my backyard was done on a shoestring because we were moved in with one child and going to have another one, not on the way, and I was home full time. So everything I did was either bought on a shoestring or given to me and planned it by myself. I watched my neighbors around me hire landscapers and builders to come in and do so much beautiful work, and they have gorgeous backyards, but mine's a little bit of the old-fashioned variety. Make it happen. But I think it just says a lot about your personality is what I guess I'm trying to get at. And so if you look at each person's backyard, if it's truly theirs, well, even if they moved in, then they did pick it, because I had my old house. I picked my old house because the backyard was really cool. I'll have to see if I have pictures of that. But yeah, there's a lot to be said about a private space that... So I guess what I mean is it just says a lot about who you are, and you don't really let anybody in it unless you invite them. I guess like your house. But your house, you almost kind of have to invite people in once in a while. But your backyard, you really don't. You're like, let's go in the backyard. So I have some secrets and some hidden things happening too. Who knows? Oh my God, I should do my grandmother's backyard because the things that are there from when she lived there. I'm going to have to interview my uncle who still lives there. Anywho, I don't know why I say that. All I got to say is if I can make something a serious topic with this frown line, my goodness, I didn't know that backyards could be so serious. But then again, there's whole outdoor living businesses and magazines and all that stuff, which is way above me. So I can just sit and analyze anything forever. Oh, you know what I want to get? One of those, what's it called? It's like they have those new kind of awning things that you put up with poles, and then you attach it and it's like a triangle. My neighbor has one. I'll try to get a picture. I'd love to do that here, but it's a small space, so I need a pretty small one. And my hammock, I have in a box. I usually leave my hammock out all year, which is wrong because then it decays and then I end up throwing it away 2 years later. But my son threw away the chain with it, so I got to go buy a chain, and then I'm going to show you my special hammock space in another episode because these episodes are just, there's so much to say, and I haven't even talked about work and life, but I guess it's not really conducive to my backyard. But I did fly all day yesterday, and there's a plane right now. So if you haven't watched before, I'm a flight attendant for about a year now, and I love it. I work for a carrier where I get to come home a lot, so that's cool. And we go to Florida a lot, which has nothing to do with my backyard, except that I need to come sit in solace because I'm around 177 people each flight. And sometimes I do 4 flights, which I despise because I don't want to go to Florida twice in one day. When you live in the Northeast, it doesn't really make sense to go to Florida twice in one day. But going to Florida once is really nice, especially when they open up the doors. I'll I'll post a video of where the door opens up, and we're there in Punta Gorda. And it's really cool. And you're on the airfield with the stairs. And not all airports have that, because most of them have jet bridges because of weather. But the Florida ones are cool. God, I absolutely love when these birds get going. And each day, the clouds are a different picture. I should just paint each day. Oh my God, I have so much to do. And then, of course, instead of doing 50 million things, I do like 2 or 3. And I love to make dinner because, that's my family time. We don't always all sit down together, but it's definitely like our time. And people don't understand that I don't really want to go out at 3 or 4 o'clock because I want to be making dinner. And we never eat out on our upper deck because it's so gosh darn, trying not to curse, hot as freak. Hot as F. Not in a good way. It's so freaking hot at 3 o'clock up there. So if we grill up there, we sweat, and then we go inside and eat. But I can't complain. We get a lot of sun up here on top of the hill. And, oh, there was a fire yesterday in the apartments. Oh my God, I forgot all about it. I'll have to catch you up. Okay, so yesterday I wanted to do an episode, but I did have to work at 1:30. So I came out and sat out in the morning, and I actually realized I had the same shirt on that I had from the episode the night before, because I sometimes just sleep in my tank top because that's what girls do, at least of my age. Like, we don't have nightgowns. We just, sleep in our tank tops. That's what I do because I'm always hot. So anyway, so I'm sitting out here and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a little episode because it's so fun and, off the cuff kind of thing. I don't want to be hindered. I just want to be free. That's my whole goal in life, creatively. So I look and I'm like, crap, I'm in the same freaking I'm trying to say instead of the F word. I'm in the same gosh darn tank top. So I'm out here enjoying my coffee with, no filming and just peaceful. Oh, my little babies are synchronicitous. Hold on. Oh my God, my little swan and what's it called? Unicorn chlorinators are doing like a circle. They're doing like synchronized swimming, and it just was the cutest thing. And of course, I'm ADHD. I wouldn't say H anymore. The hyperactivity has gone away in my old age. Distracted me. So back to what I was saying. So I'm sitting out here yesterday and having a cup of coffee, and then rain droplets come. Huge ones. No warning, no clouds, no nothing, no drizzle. Huge freaking raindrops. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I was going to take care of the pool, do a couple things to it because I love to take care of it. And I'm like, no, I'll just go inside. So threw some chemicals in, went inside. Hanging out inside, and all of a sudden, I guess there's a storm. The biggest, loudest lightning crash, thunder rolling that didn't stop. Felt like it hit gosh darn next door. Sorry for my non-cursing. I'd rather just fucking curse. So I'm like, holy effing shit. I think the next door neighbor got hit. So I text so the cats freak out, first of all. All 4 of them just jump up like 4 feet in the air and run and spill water and do everything that cats do when they get scared. So I text my neighbor. Of course, my husband doesn't even hear it. He's got his headphones on. My other son's upstairs on the phone talking to his friends because he's going into high school now, so he's got a life. And they're playing video games, and he doesn't even come down from his room. I'm like, the house could be hit and you guys wouldn't even know. So I text my neighbor and I was like, did you hear that? Or was that just me, like, making it up? And she's like, oh my God, my dog freaked out. And then she sent me a picture of her and a cute dog. I should put it right there. Okay, so she said she at least hears the hit. So now I know I'm not crazy. So now I'm like, oh my God. So whatever. So then my husband looks it up and he's like, oh, don't worry, honey. Well, he didn't say that voice. I sometimes mimic for no reason, just for story's sake. He's like, no, it was 11 miles away. I'm like, that was nuts. 11 miles away. I'm sorry. Anyway, so then, like, an hour later or so, maybe not, I'm just thinking, first of all, how am I going to walk into work? Because I have a big parking lot in the airport I have to walk through. And my friend's like, don't fly. I'm like, no, it's actually a little bit safer to fly. And I've already been hit by lightning in a plane, so that'll be another episode. But I have pictures of that too. Not the lightning, but the day that I got hit. And I made a joke because I'll tell you later. I had a huge hole in my stocking, so I was like, oh my God, look what happened. But anywho, that's a good time to use anywho. I'm like, hear another huge hit. I'm like, oh, damn. But at this point, I'm just kind of like used to getting hit by lightning. But I'm like, whatever. Maybe I should play the lottery. But we didn't get hit. My house has been hit in the past when we first moved in. But it just hit the satellite dish at the time. Was really loud. It did break the satellite dish, but nothing else happened. So anyway, so I'm upstairs and I get ready at my window, actually, because I love the daylight. So I do my makeup there and I have a little shelf. And I look over to my right because, like I said, we're on top of the hill and I can see the whole neighborhood plus the other neighborhood across the farm, like across the farm road way. Like there's like a long farm road and then there's like two developments. So ours is on the left with like 120 houses at least. And then there was another one on the right. And that one had apartments in it, which everyone freaked out about because they were supposed to be condos and they changed them to apartments, but they're gorgeous. I guess they were just worried about, I don't know, people coming in who live in apartments. I don't freaking know. So there's flames. So I look out and there's flames. Huge freaking, hello birdie. Huge freaking flames coming out of the apartment building, I think, which I was right. So now I'm like, oh my God. So then there's like sirens, like forever. I swear those firemen love their goddamn sirens. I don't think they needed that many. There wasn't even that many trucks, but they just love to play the sirens. So they're going off for like half an hour. So that's kind of why I looked outside. See huge flames, see tons of smoke. It was really bad. I'll try to put a picture in. I'll actually just put it on my social site. I'm not going to put it in the podcast, whatever you call this thing. Is it a vlog or a podcast? I'm going to call it a podcast because I'm going to turn them into podcasts. So we're going to stick with podcast because that's the trending word. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. The whole place is on fire. So it turns out everybody got out who needed to get out, but I don't know if the pets did. And one pet orange cat was missing, which was very upsetting. People thought the smoke... Is the smoke coming back from Canada? So anyway, fire went out. I went to work. I flew all night. It was tiring. Came home exhausted. Picked up some wine, some frozen pizza, and woke up today to my backyard. And maybe there's a reason for a backyard when you have a day like that. My flights were good though. Non-eventful flights are what we want. I always have a vibe about being on a plane. People look to you. They look at your face when the turbulence begins and the sounds that are strange start, and they look at your face to see if you're still smiling and talking. So it's kind of funny. But I was able to sit in the back of the plane, which isn't much work because the seniors, if you have seniority, you can sit towards the back. So that's a whole nother day. However, once again, thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow, click, laugh, shine, do whatever the hell you want. I don't really care. I care what you do, but it doesn't really matter to me because I don't even know why I'm doing this, because I love to sell my paintings. But I think this is a good way to sort of remove the curtain, because it's hard when you're online. You don't always want to show kind of like who you are and what you are. And, you know, I'm a painter and I'm a flight attendant and I'm a mom and I'm a wife and I'm a sister and I'm a daughter and sounds like a song. I'm not a golden girl. Because I think we're all safe in our backyards. We can actually just be ourselves, you know? Some people nude sunbathe. Some people put on bikinis when they shouldn't. And some people don't mow their lawn for a long time, but woo! There's a lot of secrets in a backyard. Keep mowing. Stay tuned and keep living in your backyard, because that's all we got.